Um, this is what happened. Now, for some reason, our company, in its infinite wisdom, we normally work 6 to 3:30 for a 9-hour day. Well, there's a new thing where if it's before an immediate holiday, they can only work you 8 hours. Now, for some reason, rather than just letting us go an hour early, company doctrine came down from the mountain that no, you'll be starting at 7 rather than 6. Well, yesterday they went around the building and they asked everybody, what would you rather do? Would you rather come in at 7 a.m. and stay here till 3:30 tomorrow, or would you rather come in at 6 and be done at 2:30? And everyone's like, why change our alarm clocks and stuff? Sooner done, sooner begun. You'll get in there and let's get it over with. Rip the Band-Aid off and call it a day, So we all voted for 6 to 2:30, and that's what they went with. So that's why I put a notice on the page that, last minute, we're going to be at the regular time. But the good news is today will only be an 8-hour day for me, which is kind of like walking into a foreign universe now, because it's like we've been on 9-hour days for so long, it's become habit. Okay, there's good news and there's always bad news. Okay, yes, today is Happy Doctor Who Day, but what I refrained from talking about yesterday was yesterday was the 59th anniversary of the murder of our president, John Fitzgerald Kennedy, president number 35, which to this day has so many unanswered questions it might as well be, up there with the Giza pyramid and how it was built. But that's a whole nother story. I can go into whole blocks of information on that. So somber day for us yesterday. I usually don't mention it anymore because the more I read about it, the more I was like, wow, you guys missed this. You guys missed this. But and everybody just bought the story that a guy who couldn't hit the broadside of a barn from the inside with a bazooka. Well, that's a whole nother story. But today is, of course, Doctor Who Day, the 59th anniversary of the show Doctor Who on its first airing. So we'll focus on that. That's the good thing. Now, apparently sometime during this week, and I saw the picture, there was what appears to be a unit helipad out in the back lot of Bad Wolf, and it got caught on a Google satellite image. And the way it looks, the way it's laid out, it's not laid out like it's supposed to be on the ground. It has some very peculiar railing around the end of one of it, and the end of the one side. And there's talks going on. It might be from that helicarrier, the helicarrier that we saw all the way back in boycott, Last of the Time Lords and all that stuff. But this is in the Bad Wolf lot, okay? So it's got to be for something related to the 60th because Bad Wolf wasn't in charge of Doctor Who production back then. That was still all under Rothlock. Okay, so that's it. That's your big spoiler. It's a helipad. And words going around, the leak guy made the convention circuit and say, hey, more power to them, but don't be too surprised that these guys all got, the guys who are really lecturing Jodie out there all had pictures with her, and they probably showed up wearing Groucho Marx disguises, and trust me, because I knew a couple of people who were hardcore critics of Jodie Whittaker, yet they've got autographs from her. They've got pictures with her. And you'd think that stuff was all over with. Oh. Also, somebody on Twitter showed me some kind of videos and stuff or comments on that, and like, well, they hope they got properly ripped apart by me and Mr. TARDIS. And I'm like, guys, one of the greatest things I think Mark Twain said: never argue with fools in public because people might not know the difference. There's no point in arguing anymore because thanks to the world we live in, the way it is, people will lock themselves off into their own little chamber, and yet they'll criticize you when you block or mute them. But if they do it to you, it's okay. You gotta love this planet. And trust me, I don't even know how long my mute or block list is on Twitter. Ooh. That's why I keep telling people, look, if you don't like it that certain people are being reinstated, block them. Mute them. You don't have to listen to their drivel. So in the end, it's not really worth the effort. Or as Odo so succinctly put it back in Deep Space Nine about Gul Dukat, some people wouldn't know reason if it walked up to them and shook their hands. Because they've created this narrative and now they're trapped in it. Come on. If they sit there and tell me Power of the Doctor was a bad special, I'm going to be like, ugh. All right, hang on. All right, who has a picture of their kids in Bad Wolf Studios with a Dalek? I missed the first part of that. But I agree. Like I said, it's Doctor Who Day. The shows. Oh, Georgia Tennant? Yeah. Yeah, she's so hilarious. I'm not kidding. I love following her stuff. I think I follow her on Twitter and Instagram, if I remember right. Something like that. And that, and when I really want to let y'all say it, also I follow like Jane Slavin and stuff like that. That's some of the stuff they say is like because they have no filter. I kind of like that about people when they don't, go through a politically correct filter, Ah! Somebody's giving me proper lighting. Well, at least till they get out of their car. Okay, so Doctor Who Day, 59 years old, and now we're looking at a year until we get more Doctor Who, sadly. Okay, just a reminder for you folks, I gotta go in a few minutes, but tomorrow is Thanksgiving. Friday I'll be off work and on my way to Chicago TARDIS. If I have, I saw the diamond logo they did. That's going to be for the 60th. It's a special logo they did for the 60th anniversary. It's out on Twitter, where they turn the actual diamond in the background into a diamond. Yeah, that was very neat. That's going to be cool for the 60th anniversary. And of course, people, speculation upon speculation about what's going on with the Tennant redo. It's like, folks, Jim will cover that for you in his show. They just did a forced regeneration. It had, unforeseen side effects. I'm just really hoping they run out of something today, because I don't know, but 8 hours is better than 9 any day of the week. Come to think of it. But okay, so tomorrow is Thanksgiving. Friday, like I said, maybe if I have time, I'll pop in on you. But like I said, I highly doubt it because I'm going to be at the Chicago TARDIS until we usually leave Saturday and come back because I don't like driving at night. I really hate driving at night because people are even weirder in the dark, especially at the wheel of a car. So, Oh, well. So, yeah, doctor turns 59 today. And sadly, yeah, this meeting looked like it's going to be a year before we see any more of it. Well, that's a long story, Mark. So, a couple more minutes to go. So, yeah, we have a picture of a unit helipad. Maybe I should have called it a leak. Major unit, thing leaked. And again, if I start talking about people's major units, I start getting a little self-conscious. Major unit facility. There we go. It leaked. No. We're going home. Now, we usually, like I said, as much as I'd like to, we don't stay the full 3 days for the con. We go up early Friday, so we walk around the con on Friday. Then I try to get like photo ops, autographs, and all that done and out of the way on Friday. Like this year, I'm just doing a photograph with Sophie and Sylvester because I've always wanted a photo with them, and because I already have both their autographs. So, and then we go back early on Saturday. Because, like I said, what happens is because Chicago's in the central time zone, so when you're going there, the clock goes back an hour. But when you're on your way back, you go back into the eastern time zone. So guess what? You just had an hour added onto your trip because you've gone into back into the eastern time zone. So that's why I like to leave early, because usually I get out of there by early afternoon because like I said, I hate night driving. Plus, we tend not to take major interstates because I'd rather take the back roads and get there alive, and maybe, sure, like this extra hour on the road. But if you've seen how some of these guys drive on the interstates, especially when you go to that Chicago loop on the way in, my God, man, it's like, you're afraid of getting caught in the Malachi Crunch. It's like, and look that up on Happy Days if you don't know what the Malachi Crunch is. Okay, I think it was the Malachis. Ah, well, it's an old person memory. It was before Fonzie jumped the shark. Okay. Yeah, plus, you get onto that one stretch between there and the con on the interstate, and then next thing you know, they want you to pull over every 5 minutes to pay a toll. And it's like, and if you're coming from out of town, you have no idea. And that's a whole nother story right there about how the one year we were coming back from Chicago, and the next thing you know, a couple months later, I get a bill in the mail. Well, you passed this toll booth and blah, blah, this, and like, God. All right, I got to get going, folks, so take care. Enjoy your Thanksgiving. Be kind, be calm, be safe across this holiday, and we'll see you again very soon. So take care, everyone. And don't eat too much turkey. It's got tryptophan. It'll make you sleep. All right, good morning.